You may have noticed some unwanted critters in your neighborhood. Naperville News 17's Rachel Pearson looked into a stinky situation.
Naperville resident Anne Mele recently had her night disrupted by a rotten smell.
When the weather was nicer about a month and a half ago and you could sleep with the windows open, we noticed that from under our deck a skunk would come out and our neighbor's dog would startle it and it would spray every night.
Skunks will often burrow under front stoops, decks, and sheds, and although they tend to get a bad rap for their potent posterior, they're surprisingly mellow animals.
Generally, they're just a docile critter. They're not really intimidated very much. Of course, they're carrying all that hardware on the back end, the stinky stuff, and so they really don't have a lot to fear, and generally they're pretty docile. Not always. They all, just like any other animal, human being, raccoons, skunks all have different personalities, and so one might be high-strung, one may not be, but generally they can't see, they can't hear well, so the main thing is not to surprise them.
But with the skunk population in Illinois rising, many residents are wondering how to handle them. Prairie State Wildlife discourages homeowners from trying to extract these animals themselves. Instead, they suggest using a professional service that is trained in handling various critters.
Nowadays, when we go to a resident's house, we generally try to put a trap over the hole and direct the animal through the trap. And usually that works great, and that way we use double door traps similar to the one we have right here. And the animal will walk through the trap if it's inside the den, or if they're not there for a few days and will come back, usually they walk right through the trap and are captured.
Skunks are one of the most common carriers of rabies, which is why a caught skunk is a dead skunk. Animal damage control specialists are trained to capture and euthanize these animals as population control and as a way to prevent the spread of rabies. But Anne's skunk, at least, is safe for now.
Our neighbor's dog has gotten sprayed by it twice, yet continues to bark at it.
Reporting for Naperville News 17, I'm Rachel Pearson.
If a skunk has sprayed you or a pet, the best way to subdue the stink is to use a combination of hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, and Dawn dish soap.